Hello, I am a carbon-rich biomolecule which was contained inside the marine life which lived in the western interior seaway which covered western North America during the Cretaceous period 100 million years ago. These carbon atoms had been part of the carbon cycle, being converted into biomolecules by algae, being eaten by prehistoric animals. But then we were buried, and we stayed buried for 100 million years. During that time, we were converted using pressure and heat into the molecules of petroleum. We were out of the carbon cycle for 100 million years until modern humans excavated this petroleum for combustion.
I happen to be living in an area which will someday be called Pennsylvania, during a time period which will someday be called the Pennsylvanian. That's convenient. This is the upper part of the Carboniferous period, more than 300 million years ago, and is called the Carboniferous because of me and other carbon atoms like the ones you see in this molecule. You see, all of these carbons had been part of the carbon cycle way back in the Carboniferous. But as these great coastal swamps were buried, their carbon biomolecules then left the carbon cycle, being buried under sediment, and gradually were converted to coal. So, over 300 million years, pressure and high temperatures changed these molecules, creating coal. And we thought that we were going to be buried and forever out of the carbon cycle, until modern humans dug us up and then used us for combustion to create a source of energy.
Look at me. I had been buried for over 100 million years since the Cretaceous. But there's this weird contraption called the Model T. And it turns out that molecules of gasoline are required to make it run. So I was excavated and underwent combustion to give power to this Model T automobile. And as a result, me, a carbon molecule which had been buried for 100 million years, was converted to carbon dioxide, which entered the atmosphere and was once again part of the carbon cycle.
Well, after being buried for more than 300 million years, these coal miners in Pennsylvania, they excavated me. And they burned me so that I could provide electricity for this baseball game, a World Series, it turns out. As a result, I was now allowed to enter the carbon cycle once again after having been out of it for more than 300 million years. Not only has carbon dioxide increased in concentration in the atmosphere by the year 1959, I don't get the impression that it's going to stop anytime soon. Look at the fertility of human beings during this time. The average number of children per woman throughout the world is 5, far higher than it is today. So therefore, all of these children and all of this population growth is going to require more deforestation of lands and more fossil fuels. So therefore, this should increase carbon dioxide levels. Plus, humans are continuing to develop new machines which require fossil fuels for energy. So check out this 1959 car. We're going to have to dig up more coal and petroleum if we're going to power the energy needs of these humans in the late 1950s.